Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the online class. This video has been recorded as part of ICET Public School online classes. Today, in this video, as you can see on the screen, we are continuing the same topic, reported speech. Already you have learned, and I have just tried to explain the very basic rules of reported speech, and we have practiced a few online tests also. Besides that all, we have a few more exercises and rules regarding reported speech. In this video, I am going to explain that one. Before going to the entirely new topic related to reported speech, what you have learned already, I would like to just brush up what you learned in the previous class. In the previous class, we have learned how to convert a sentence in English into reported speech, a direct sentence, how to change into indirect speech. This is what we have learned in the previous class, and we have done. And the changes we learned that the tense will change and pronoun will change. These all we have mentioned, and we have learned that one. But those who have not got it very clear understanding about reported speech, please you may watch this video also. In this video, we just first of all just brush up what we learned in the previous class. We just learned that in the previous class, this is what reporter statement, reporter speech, that one sentence, I'm doing my homework now, said Tom, said by Tom. Actually, that means speakers are always mentioned at the beginning of the sentence in reported speech. Generally, it is like that. But in this sentence, you can see the speaker who said it, the speaker that mentioned at the end of the sentence. Generally, it will be coming at the beginning of the sentence. That is so. For making a reported speech sentence, first we will start with the speaker, Tom, then said. Tom said or told, we can, that is called a reporting verb, like say, tell or explain, are used in past simple and placed after the subject. After the subject, Tom said. Then what we will do? We will do that use of that is an optional English, that we will use that. This is called a conjunction. A conjunction we generally use for statement, that Tom said that. Then after that, we will be using that reference, that the people, because the point of view change. I refers to Tom. Here I meaning Tom, we know that. So that we change it to he. So I changed it to he. Then the next change that we learned, that the change of tense move back into the past. Just it will move into next past. In case the present continuous becomes past continuous, am doing is present continuous, that changed into was doing. That is another change. Then the next change what we learned, that his homework, that means again reference to people, that means change because the point of view changed, because my meaning refers to Tom's. My meaning Tom's, we know that, so we change into his. Who is that my? That is Tom. So my homework meaning his homework. We will change the point of view, that accordingly we will change. And then the another change, we will change the time also. We need to change the time reference. So when Tom said that time, at that time he used now. But when we report it, when we change into indirect speech, we can't say that now, because not now actually. We will change into then, at that time, in that sense will. This is the, and finally there is one more change in that. That change is this. Don't forget to remove the speech mark, that is the inverted comma around the speaker word. These are the changes will take away. We can go a little. Now let us look at the same of some of these changes in more detail. We can learn it. That is, we will change that make into make or makes, that we will change into made. And another change also there is am, is, are, making, that change into was or were making. That is another change. And then the another change, there is one more change that you can see here, that is has or have made will change into had, into had it will change. Don't or does will change into didn't. Note that we only change the first verb form, verb from present into past. That is, all the present we changed into past. Okay, next we can look, there is another change, went. When it is already it is in past, that went will change into had gone. Okay, please understand that the changes, if I take for explaining again, the video length will be may not be appropriate for learning. That's why I'm not taking much time to explain this. This already when is given in past, so that change into past perfect. Then didn't go, again that will change into hadn't gone. Then was or were going, that will change into had been going, like that. When the tense is past, we need to add had plus past participle. Verbs already in the past perfect do not change. Did you understand? All the present will change into past, and all the past will change into past perfect, and all the past perfect will not change. That will remain in that tense. That is in short. I hope you understood that. And these are the changes. And some other changes, we learned that it tense changes, that means modal auxiliaries like that. Can will change into could, and will change into would, and may, you know, that will change into might. Must will change into must itself or had to. The past modals could, would, should and might do not change. If in the direct sentence itself this words came, for example, all this could, would, might, must or had to, suppose that came, if it came, that will not change, that will remain same. If the words or modal auxiliaries are, as you can see on the screen, can, will, may, must, then it will change into would, might, like that. If already the given in direct sentence in inverted comma, it is given in could and would, might same, then it will remain same, it won't change. That is what it said. Then some other changes, the time, change in place and time also will change. That we know that if when I am using in direct speech, come here, when you report it, you can't say that sir told me to go there, you can't say. So sorry, go here, you can't say. You will change here into there. Okay, this into that or the, or this into those, now into then, today into that day. These are the changes will take place. If these words, for example, in direct speech sentence in inverted comma, if these words are there, here, this, now, today, any of the words are there in that, so that will change into corresponding past form. That means the, that, or into corresponding another means pronoun. Like this, it will change, take place, the change. Then next, another changes in place and time continuing. Tonight, you can see on the screen, look, tonight, that will change into that night. Tomorrow will change into next day or the following day, and the next week will change into the following week. Yesterday will change into the day before or the previous day, and last month you can say the previous month. These are the changes. That's all we learned in the previous class altogether. Now we took 10 minutes for explaining that one. I hope this already you have learned in the previous class. Now we can go to a few more examples also to make it to get it cemented in your mind, in your head. So I'm going to few more examples. So here the show. That means a candidate or a minister or prime minister, those who are in power, who is conducting a video, means a media talk. In that media talk, that politician is telling like this, one example: I am going to improve the traffic in the city this very month. He just predicting, or he is promising, is giving his promise in the video. And then after 2 years or something, what did he say? He's asking. He said that, you can complete, he said that he was going to improve the traffic in the city that every month. He said that. So just changed into reporter speech, that sentence. Then the same, is giving another promise: I will pay higher salaries. Then asking, what did he say? 2 years later, what did he say? He said that he would pay higher salaries. So he will pay, that changed into he would pay higher salaries. Another example, look, I am going to clean up the parks this year. So after 2 years, what did he say? He said that he was going to clean up the parks that year. Then, I will build a new bridge over the river. He is giving again another promise. Then what happened after 2 years? What did he say? He said that he would build a new bridge over the river. This is what he said. You see the changes, how to take place. So here I am going to restore the castle. So in this, so how we can change this sentence? I am going to restore, he was giving. So after 2 years, what did he say? He said that he would restore the castle. So he would, like that it came. Then, I will buy new buses for the city transport. This is what his promise, he promised. Now after 2 years, so how it came? What did he say? He said that he would buy new buses for the city transport. So you can note the changes what takes place when we change into reporter speech. I am going to eliminate pollution. Another promise. I am going to eliminate pollution. So how we can change this? You see, after 2 years, what did he say? He said that he was going to eliminate pollution. So I am going to change into he was going to eliminate. Now I am not here to get rich. I am the candidate, I am the president. I am here not to become rich, not to get rich. So what did he say? You see, in that picture, he became now rich with very that means luxurious car and with a locker and all. He became rich. Now he said that he wasn't here to get rich. He wasn't here to get rich. So I will work hard for the city. Then he said that he would work hard for the city. So politicians, vote for me. This is the promise, like that. So these are the examples for the statement what we learned in the previous class and in this class also. Now listen very carefully, dear children. I think you are getting a little bored, or maybe your attention is getting diverted. In that way, please take a short break. Okay, welcome back, dear children. Again, we are continuing with a new uh, rules in reporter speech. What are the new rules and what is new to learn that I will explain now. So, this is to learn that direct indirect speech changes, that is conjunction 1, that is we learn that while changing a direct speech sentence into an indirect speech sentence, we use a conjunction to join both the clauses, the introductory clause and the actual spoken words subordinate clause. To connect this both the clause, we use a conjunction, that is to join the two clauses in a statement sentence. We use the conjunction that. In statement we use a conjunction that. He said that, like that we use. Actually the conjunction that is normally not mentioned as it is understood. Generally we don't write he said that, no need to write that. If you omit also no problem, because it is understood, like that. That is one thing we learned in the previous class. And now direct indirect speech in personal pronoun, that is the mouse said mother, I am hungry. That is a direct speech example. So the mouse told its mother that it was hungry. So here we have used in indirect speech, we have used the mouse means the mouse says, I means the mouse. So here mother means that its mother. Okay, the mouse told its mother. Mother changed into its mother, and I changed into it, because here it is mouse. That is why I changed into it, because it is said by mouse, so that we use the pronoun it. Now the next one, another next change, next rule is this, that is conjunction 2, that is there are two types of questions: WH questions, that is questions beginning with any of the WH words such as who, which, what, how, etc. Now we are going to how to change a question into reporter speech. If we learned that how to change a statement, so if it is a question, there are two types of questions you know already, that is WH questions. We will say that the questions start with the question word what, where, when, why, like that. Questions are called WH questions, and other questions are called yes or no question, means the answer will be yes or no. So two types of questions are there. How to change such kind of sentences and to note down, and yes or no questions, that is questions beginning with any of the auxiliary helping verbs such as are, is, can, will, has, etc. So sentence yes or no questions, sentence generally that start with any of the helping verb, start with helping verb. Example auxiliaries, meaning auxiliary examples are is, are, am, will, has, like that. With that auxiliary, that sentence will start. These are the two types of questions. I hope you can understand easily. And so in this case, so what are the changes will take when we change an yes or no question sentence from direct into indirect? We use the conjunction if or whether. This is the rule. So if you are changing a question, yes or no question, if you are changing that, you will use a conjunction, that is if or whether we will use. Instead of that, we will use whether or if will. Though there is some difference between the conjunctions if and whether, at this basic level, using just if for all the yes or no questions is justified. So I told you, you can use if or whether, any of the word you can use as a conjunction. So for the time being, at basic level, there are difference between if and whether, there is difference. But even if you are using only the if, The conjunction if only you are using in reported speech. No problem, sentence is not wrong. I will give you the examples. What I said, when you change yes or no questions type, yes or no questions type sentences into reported speech, when you are changing, at that time we will use if or whether as a conjunction. With example, I will tell you. So in that time, if you are using only if, no problem, it's not wrong. It can be justified. So if also you can use, whether also you can use. If you are using only if also, no problem. So that's your choice. That one example I will tell. That is, a woman said to me, is she really driving? Is she, this is a yes or no question, yes or no. Is she really driving? So this is the sentence. So it's an interrogative sentence, that means yes or no question, direct speech. It is, a woman asked me. So this is the sentence. A woman asked me if she was really driving. Okay, so is will change into was. So and it will that means sentence order, that also we will change. We will start the sentence with a auxiliary, that with a conjunction, that if. So if she was, actually it was, the sentence was if she, that we will change into normal sentence, if she was really driving. So this is indirect speech. Then another one, note that the word order of the question sentence is different from that of the statement sentence. We know that in questions the word order will be different. We already know that the word order means in a statement sentence the subject comes first and the verb comes second, but in interrogative sentence, that means question sentences, the verb comes first and the subject comes second. Examples, don't be confused. He is a boy is a statement sentence. In this sentence, he is the subject, that comes first. Is the verb, that comes second. Is he a boy is a question. It is a interrogative sentence. And in this sentence, is coming first, that is the verb is coming first. He is the subject, that is coming second. I hope you understood. So in a plain way, I would like to explain without taking much time. So this is the way the subject verb, then this is the way, that means the word order, it is like this, you know already it. And one example, he said to her, is this bag yours? Is a direct speech. Another one, he asked her, that is converting into indirect speech. That is, he asked her if that bag was hers. That is coming in indirect speech. I told you now we will use if for whether. So he asked her, whether also you can use. If this bag will change into that bag. If that bag, so is will change into was, then yours will change into hers. So this is no need to, that means while changing an interrogative sentence from direct into indirect, the main verb in the introductory clause, usually said, is changed into asked. So here this is a question, you know, he said to her, is this bag yours? So this is a question, so that we will change into asked or inquired or wanted to know, like something like that. Interrogative question word we will use, that here we used asked. He asked her if that, then only it reflect the question mark, that means it will understand that it was a question. So we will use asked or requested or demanded, or like that we can use inquired, like that. Such kind of reporting verb we will be using in indirect speech. And the word order is inversed. You might have noticed that word order also will change. In questions it comes first verb, then subject comes. So in when we report it, it will change into the same earlier order, that is subject and verb, that order it will change into. That is, this change into that bag, you have is changed into was, like that changes take place. Then yours changed into hers. So these are the changes took place in that sentence. So in another way, he said to her, what has he done? It is another question, WH question. WH question, direct speech, and it's the indirect speech. In reporter speech, he asked her what he had done is the answer. So in this sentence, we have used the same question word. What we use the same question word. He asked her what he had. Then order is different. There in the question it was, in direct speech it is what has he done. So here it changed what he had done, like that it came. That is, for WH questions, no conjunction is used. That means we won't use if or whether or that. We won't use in WH questions. When we change, we won't use or if or whether or that conjunctions we won't use. Even the WH question word itself in the direct speech sentence is used as a conjunction. So that's why we used what the same word in the reporter speech also. That's it. Now we are going to another example. That is, you see, she said to them. So when we report it, we will change into said into asked. Okay, said, who wants to help me? So that is direct speech. So that we will change into like this. The answer is, she asked them. Then asked to them, no need. Okay, asked to them, no need. Ask them. Who wants changed into wanted to help her. Who wanted to help her, like this it is coming. You have noticed that we did not use any other conjunction. We have used the same question word as a conjunction in the reporter speech sentence, while we change WH question sentences into reporter speech. Next one, another example, that he said to her, do you like this frog? It is in direct speech. Do, that means yes or no question. It is start with do. Do you like this frog? So the answer is, he asked her if she liked that frog. If she liked, we know that we will use a conjunction if or whether in indirect speech. If we will use yes or in yes or no questions. So do changed into if. Then like will change into liked. No need to say that change of the tense. Next one, you see, direct indirect speech. The another change is that the man said to the boy. So said will change into asked when we change it. Can you see those stars or not? Indirect speech. So can start with, so yes or no question it is. So we will change like this. The man inquired. Okay, inquired or asked, no problem. Inquired the boy whether. Okay, if also you can use. If he could, can change it into could. He could see those stars. So like this it will come. So it is indirect speech. The changes, whether we are using as a conjunction in yes or no question, then this is whether he could use is indirect speech. Now the man inquired the boy whether he could see those stars or not. It is indirect speech. The change can change into whether. Can already it is there, change into could, we used a conjunction that whether. Then another change, he said to the students who knows the answer. It is indirect speech. So in indirect speech, she asked the students who knew the answer. See, this is indirect speech. So we used the same question word we used in it. Now we are going to learn another one, that while changing the imperative sentence from direct, we do not use any conjunctions. We learned questions how to change. That means WH questions also there and yes or no questions also there. So how we will change, we learn. Now we are going to learn that changing imperative sentences from direct to indirect, we do not use any conjunctions at all. We change the verb of the subordinate clause, that means actual spoken words, to infinitive form, and the main verb in the introductory clause is changed into requested or ordered or wanted to know or want or shouted, like that, depending on the context. Like this is what in imperative sentences, that means order, command, and like that. So an example I will tell you for imperative sentence, that the policeman said the driver stop. It is in direct speech. How you will change? Only a single word, stop. So we can change like this: the policeman shouted at the driver to stop. Indirectly, to stop. Like this it is coming. So the more and more examples related to imperative sentence that we will discuss. I told you, we will have a Zoom meeting also in this week. In that week I will explain that. In that we can learn in direct in contact class. So till then, take a break. I would like to conclude my class, today's class, in this. So you will have exercise also related to this. I will give the exercise in group. Please do that exercise, come back to the group and complete that and send to me personally the answers of those questions. Okay, thank you for watching my video. Wish you all the best and be at home and be safe. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.